Alrighty guys, we are going to the point of interest. A woman has been killed and her augmentations have been removed. It should be somewhere over here. Yes.
Pretty obvious what happened here.
Are you a journalist?
No, but she was.
If you saw
She had
something, you
enemies.
have to tell us.
I hear there's been a series of...
I can't let them get away
That
with
was
this.
right that
Out of
she
the
did.
It's,
Excuse me.
I think
Please.
he's the one in
Did this-
charge.
I must talk to you about what happened.
Daria says something, but apparently she doesn't talk to cops.
That's it. And who's Daria? Probably.
We can't let them get away with this. I recognize you. We're neighbors. I've seen you in our building. You're very difficult to miss. By chance, did someone send you to investigate?
No, no one sent me. What happened here?
It's horrible. An augmented woman was killed, just outside of where we live. She looks like she was my age.
Do you have any idea who she was?
No, I've never seen her before. It's so sad that nothing will be done about this. Org victims are not high on the list of police priorities. To them, it's like a dog lying in the street. You're not a cop, are you?
I used to be.
I was a cop once. Old habits die hard.
In America?
Yeah, Detroit. It was a long time ago.
I bet you have a lot of experience. You're used to this sort of thing.
What about you? What's your interest in all this? Morbid curiosity?
God, no. I want nothing more than to go home. Detective Montag, he's making me stay. He thinks I saw something.
Did you see something?
Maybe. I think I would rather not say, to be honest. Because if I had seen something, and if I started talking about it, wouldn't that put me in danger?
Frightened. Yeah, you already are in danger. You may not think much of the police here. Should hold back information. Let's not sympathize.
It's natural to be scared.
And you understand. I don't want to get involved if I don't have to.
Sure, I understand. You don't know anyone here. But there's a chance this could happen again. The more you're willing to cooperate with the police, the better the odds of catching whoever's responsible.
I know. It's just that I don't trust the police. I would feel safer with someone like you. You have more reason to be invested in this than they do. You're augmented, like the victim was. And you look like you could actually protect me.
It's not my case.
But maybe you could help. Please, neighbor. Talk to Detective Montag. At least see how it's going. Make sure he doesn't think he's on vacation just because the victim is an aug.
Alright. I accept.
I'll talk to the officer in charge and see where he is with the investigation. If I can help him, I will.
Thank you. Suppose I end up remembering something later. Is there a way for me to contact you?
You planning to run off on me already?
The first chance I get. There are times for standing in the cold, but this isn't one of them. I just want to go home, bolt the door, and never come out again. Of course, I will wait for Detective Montag to say it's okay first. And I'll still try to answer whatever questions you may have.
I can give you access to my info link. You should feel free to use it if you have to.
Thank you, neighbor. Let's talk to you about what happened.
How come she talks to him and not to me?
Because you're a bitch.
So, Daria was actually talking to you, huh? I could barely get 2 words out of her. What did she say? Did she see anything?
You mean your witness over there? She's not sure yet.
How can she not be sure? Either she saw something or she didn't.
She's scared. She thinks she might be in danger. I told her she'll be fine and that whoever did this would be caught. I like to believe that's true.
Sure, so would I. But as you can see, the victim was like you, augmented. That makes things a little more complicated, eh? Being a cop in this city, it's not always about doing the right thing. Or about doing things the right way.
Maybe he was just like you, bald and old. An idiot.
There's no reason this should be complicated. Someone gets killed, you need to find the killer. Whether the victim was an AUG or not has nothing to do with it.
No favorites before the law, eh? Okay. But what if the law itself is prejudiced, eh? As an officer of the law, wouldn't it be my duty to uphold that prejudice?
No, it wouldn't. It's your job to uphold the ideal, to know the difference between right and wrong, and to act accordingly.
You're obviously not a cop, are you?
I used to be, for 12 years. I work for Interpol now.
Interpol, huh? Listen, off the record, I've been told to forgo any unnecessary investigation. I want you to know it's not my idea of how things should be done.
Who told you to forego the investigation?
Men who spend more time making policies than arrests. They want the victim's husband, Johnny Gunn, ex-PMC operative. Heavily augmented.
All right. So if you're not comfortable with this, if you know things aren't being handled the way they should, why not do something about it?
I thought I just did. Just because my hands are tied doesn't mean Interpol can't conduct a parallel investigation. Crime scene's right over there, and Johnny lives just a couple of blocks from here.
I never said I was gonna work your case for you.
Sure you did. Isn't that more or less the promise you made your little friend over there? She won't talk to a cop because she doesn't trust us. Smart girl. Look, my orders are to arrest the husband. You take a look around. Get to Johnny before my guys do. Who knows? Maybe we'll actually learn something.
I'll let you know what I find.
He is also smarter than he
Careful
looks.
of the evidence.
It's my evidence now.
Interpol. Who do they think they
Away
are?
from the crime scene, sir.
Bruises. Bruises on Angela's Gunn's neck are recent. Looks like the killer strangled her and even left a partial fingerprint. Okay, needle. There was a piece of broken needle sticking out of Angela's Gunn's right shoulder. There are cutting marks above Angela's Gunn's arm. Looks like she had an augment that was forcibly removed.
Just because Montag trusts him doesn't mean I do.
That's it. ID card. Oh, she was cute. She's press. The murder victim's press ID card. Angela Gunn was a reporter. Glasses. Looks like part of a pair of glasses.
I think he found something.
I think he did. Crafting parts. EMP fragment. Fragment found near Angela Gunn's body looks like it came from an EMP used primarily to disable electronics or people who rely on augmentations.
Away from the crime scene, sir.
It's my crime scene, idiot. Okay. Do I have all of them? No?
You're 2 years too late already.
Didn't think so.
Get away from my crime scene. Oh, there. A ripped out augmentation, however, whoever did this didn't seem too keen to keep it for themselves. They just wanted to separate it from the body. It's the eye implant. Okay, so that's all 7. So now I need to go see Johnny Gunn. Johnny Gunn, only a few blocks away.
Something wrong?
No?
Hey, man, I need it.
What? Only a few blocks away. Why do I need to go into the metro station? Looks like we are going to have another loading screen.
Děkujeme za spolupráci během
So if you need to go to the toilet or something, do it now. About 30 seconds, I will be back.
Hate to see what these hogs have done.
Every time I walk by a cop, I want to kick his ass. Just like real life.
Wouldn't treat a dog like that.
Achoo. He's up there. Johnny, I'm home.
Where you going?
Hi there.
Did you bring anything to drink? You bust into a man's home, you should at least bring a drink.
Are you Johnny Gunn?
That's right. What do you want?
Have you heard about your wife?
Which one?
Excuse me?
I've been married a bunch of times. Which wife are we talking about?
Angela's dead. Sorry to be the one to tell you. They found her body in an alley.
Yeah, well, you're not the one to tell me, so I appreciate your way of trying to break it to me, though. Do you know if she died quick or not?
No, I don't.
I hope so. Angie didn't deserve to suffer.
So you did know already?
Your detective friend called, told me to sit tight and wait for you, so here I am, sitting tight, being cooperative.
Alright. You don't seem too broken up about Angela's death. Yeah, that's his business, right? He wants to cry when we are not around. It's... Ask about the alibi. That's standard police work, right?
Where were you tonight?
I was out killing Angie, doing whatever it is they did to her. That's what you think, isn't it?
I'm not accusing you of anything yet. I think you're a legitimate suspect. Okay, this is gonna rub him the wrong way, I think. But we might need to do this one to get a confession out of him, or at least get a response out of him.
What I think doesn't matter yet. What matters are your answers. Make them clear and honest. Otherwise, you'll make things miserable for yourself.
Miserable? That's like offering me a promotion. A woman I used to love is dead, and a jackass I've never seen is here to accuse me of it. You can't make my life any worse than it is.
Where were you?
In my apartment. Alone. No one but the cockroaches can confirm or deny shit. Convenient, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Bell tower? Is that a bell tower patch on your jacket?
Is that a bell tower patch on your jacket?
Yeah. So?
Let's just say I'm familiar with bell tower.
What does that mean? Familiar how?
I've gone up against them before. I've seen a lot of them die. Doesn't mean anything. It's just that I dealt with the company a while back. That's all. I'm familiar with their retirement plan. Looks like they are treating you real well, Johnny. Taunt.
I'm familiar with their retirement plan. Looks like they're treating you real well, Johnny.
Fuck you. I was in New South Wales, man. Hell, I'm still there. Probably gonna spend the rest of my life trying to get out. See, this is the price a man pays to no longer take orders. And something tells me you're not paying it.
Australia. You were there during the Civil War?
That's right. And that was only the beginning. Not my first choice, believe me, but Bell Tower wasn't all that big on choice. Send you where they want, make you do what they want, replace parts of you whenever and however they want.
I didn't choose to be augmented either. Not when it first happened.
Apparently we're supposed to be grateful. Alloy's so much better than skin, right? At least, that's how they sold it to me.
For some things it is. Not for everything.
I can walk through fire,
Alpha.
but sand won't stick between my toes. I can shove a knife through my hand, but I can't trust what I feel. Even my dreams are made of alloy.
Both of your hands are made of alloy?
Fingers are for human beings, Mr. Gunn. What you have is so much greater.
And then they told me what they wanted me to do, and what would happen to me if I didn't. Well, let me tell you something. It's not me anymore. Hasn't been for a very long time.
They found a partial print on Angela's neck. Belongs to whoever strangled her.
My hands were designed to kill in wars no one's ever heard of. I couldn't leave a trace on someone's skin, even if I wanted to.
They did it so you can kill better.
So I'd never get caught. Ironic, right? Being a good killer is probably what saves me here. Or, you still think I killed Angela?
I'm sorry for what Bell Tower did to you. I didn't come here to arrest or absolve you, only to ask questions. You may not have left a mark on Angela's neck, but that doesn't mean I think you're innocent.
I'm sorry for what Bell Tower did to you.
Don't be. They gave me tools they wanted me to have. That it was in their interest for me to have. But the decision to use them, that was all me. Now, if you don't mind, I'd very much like to be left alone.
I am joined by the head of the Department of Sociology at Harvard.
Option:
Dr.
find
Stancy
compelling
Lewis.
evidence.
It is a pleasure to speak with you, Doctor. Tell me, what do you feel the human
I
restoration
don't think he
of-
did it, so why would I search for evidence?
When?
Okay, why are
And it's a pleasure
you,
to speak with you too, Eliza.
99 bottles of beer on the wall,
It's
99
drunk.
bottles
Restoration
of
Act is a
beer.
step backwards. A devastating blow against basic human rights. These social justice warriors fail to see the bigger picture.
Come 98 bottles of beer
If
on
there
the
is a
wall, 98 bottles of beer.
How we can coexist peacefully.
For the sentiment that it is
19
being enacted as a
credits.
form of subjugation is false, then, Doctor?
what's this? Medical referral for... Dear Mr. Gunn, your augmented hands itch. The sensations you are describing are not possible. 2024 was a good year for hands. It's no more possible for your knuckles to itch than for your palms to sweat or your fingers to leave prints. Biomechanically speaking, these things cannot happen given the model you have installed. It strikes me that you continue avoiding the greater problem. That stands for, in example, the bell tower had you augmented against your will. I'm afraid there's no cream I can prescribe for that. Ideally, I would refer you to my colleague Dr. Halep. If you are interested in speaking to her, let me know. Just keep in mind that your insurance has expired. Okay. So is this the evidence that I needed to find? Okay, yes. So we can go back. Bye, Johnny. So the cop is not gonna like this. His bosses told him to arrest Johnny Gunn.
No, don't see that much anymore.
Not paying attention.
Used to be a beautiful city. Now look.
a permit. It's not like they did not see me work. They're all there.
You're joking, right?
I'm back. Oh, she's gone. Damn it. Alright, talk to the cop.
By the way, I told Daria to go home. I really don't think she saw anything.
Alright, about the case.
Alright, I have some questions about the murder.
Before we go any further with this, I need you to know something about Johnny Gunn. He's not a good man. I may not like how my bosses are targeting him, but that doesn't mean he's innocent. So, you know, just make sure you're here for the right reasons.
Yeah, well.
Why else would I be here?
I don't want this to turn into some kind of crusade. Bad men do bad things. In a perfect world, we arrest them for the right reasons, but, well, the world's not always perfect.
He didn't kill his wife, ex-wife, so...
You'll only arrest the victim's husband if the evidence tells you to, right? It's not enough that he's an AUG, and that your bosses want him to go down.
I'll hold my guys off for as long as I can. But unless you can prove someone else killed Angela, or at the very least that Johnny didn't, I don't have much choice. That's why I'm trusting you to talk to him. Give me your honest opinion on what happened here.
I already talked to him.
Why are you trusting me exactly?
Because you gave me the impression of being qualified. Because I'm big enough to admit that maybe I can use the help, and between you and me, because the thought of confronting a man like Johnny Gunn scares the shit out of me.
Pussy! How long have you been a cop?
How long have you been a cop?
Too long. And of all the ways to go out, eh?
What do you mean?
I mean being assigned a case like this. It's HQ's little joke before sending me off to retirement. Oh, but don't worry about me, eh? I'm a survivor. I can make it through this.
This case is a joke to you?
I didn't say that. I said it's a joke to HQ. They know I haven't left my desk in years. But that doesn't mean I'm not qualified. Just a little rusty.
People hold a hell of a grudge against AUGs ever since the incident.
People hold a hell of a grudge against AUGs ever since the incident.
Yes, and?
Well, good thing the cops here are such professionals. Part of being a police officer is treating everyone the same, right? AUG or no AUG.
It's not that simple, and you know it. A police force isn't some abstract ideal of what justice and law should be. It's an instrument of those in power. A reflection of the society it protects.
I haven't been seeing a whole lot of protection out there.
Well, that depends who you ask.
Continue.
I'm here because I don't like the idea of someone killing people right outside my window. Maybe he's out there right now, targeting that poor witness. Or maybe he's just looking for any chance to do it again.
Fair enough, Mr. Interpol.
Do you know if the victim had any enemies?
Do you know if the victim had any enemies?
I know she and Johnny didn't get along. Other than that, I really couldn't tell you.
Tell me about the victim's husband, Johnny.
Tell me about the victim's husband, Johnny.
He used to work for a private military company, Bell Tower. He's been arrested for all sorts of things in the past. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe in evidence. But I also believe in playing the odds. 9 times out of 10, the husband did it.
Why are your superiors so eager to pin Johnny for murder? It's gotta be more than just not liking the guy.
Standard policy for guys like Johnny. The way they see it, you send a man like him into Golem City, and he's liable to go off the grid, end up with Ark or God knows who. he becomes 10 times more trouble than he's worth. But if they can charge him with something big, something like murder, well, suddenly he's no trouble at all.
Were you able to get anything out of the witness? Sounded like she might have seen something.
Who? Little Miss Mousy? I was under the impression Daria was your domain. Apparently, I'm not good enough to talk to.
Okay.
Did the killer leave anything behind? Does anything strike you as odd?
I don't know. It's a murder, you know? Doesn't matter if you look at it sideways or upside down. It's never going to look normal.
I found a broken needle stuck in the victim's shoulder. The killer might have drugged Angela before killing her.
Maybe, but keep in mind she was an AUG. Don't you all have to shoot up that new pulse shit? Let's go for the obvious before jumping to any wild conclusions.
I'm assuming you know her augments were harvested. The marks on her body make it seem like the killer knew exactly what he was doing, knew exactly what he wanted.
The way you said that just now.
What about it?
The way you described the AUG removal. And before, you mentioned a broken needle in the right shoulder?
That's right.
It reminds me, you know. There was this cop, Smolinski. He used to work in this neighborhood. He had this theory about a copycat. Someone acting just like a dead killer named, Svobodka.
You think there's a connection to another case?
I don't know yet. But I remember him mentioning something about needles and AUG removal. Smolinski died in the police station bombing. Whatever files he had would have been moved into temp storage, across the street from the bombed-out station. Who knows? Maybe it's nothing.
Fingerprint.
I found a print on Angela's neck, next to the contusion marks. It's a partial, so I don't think we can match it to anything. But at least we know the killer left something, and that she was strangled.
Huh, a fingerprint. I must have missed that one. This is exactly the kind of evidence I'm talking about. No way Johnny could squirm his way out of something like that. If only we could link it to him.
Yeah, we actually cannot.
Anything I should know about the scene? Anything jump out at you?
The dismembered body jumps out at me. Keep in mind, I've been behind a desk for the last 12 years. It all jumps out at me.
I found what looks like a grenade fragment. EMP by the looks of it. Killer might have used this to incapacitate her.
Interesting. Johnny wouldn't need an EMP to take down his wife. Riot police use EMPs to re-establish public order around here. With all the AUG riots, anti-AUG riots, it wouldn't surprise me if that's all it was. Still, interesting.
Broken glasses.
I found this piece of glass near the body. A pair of broken glasses, maybe?
I don't know what to tell you. We're in the back alley of a major city. There's bound to be broken glass.
I found this press ID on the victim.
Okay, enlighten me. We care about this... why?
Angela Gunn was a journalist. Maybe this is work-related. Maybe she uncovered something she wasn't supposed to.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think I'm finally ready to shed some light. I don't know. Do we want to take a look at that?
I have what I
other
need for
evidence?
now. I should go.
That's fine by me.
Optional. Oh, that's in another district again.
Interpol. Who do they think they are?
Shit. Okay, guys, I'm gonna cut the video here. We will continue
makes me scared to leave my home.
hopefully end this in the next episode.
Kvůli nedávným událostem je zavřeno. Omlouváme se za komplikace.
Fuck, laddie, like I am not a sick